It's Wednesday, January 6th, and Chase and I are down at the River Bottom Farm. I worked a half day this morning, and then we got loaded up and made the drive down here. We're hunting a spot that we haven't really hunted at all this year. I've got 4 separate sorghum plots right here. 2 of them are solid sorghum. 2 of them were corn that failed that we emptied the hopper out with sorghum, so I've got a couple strips of sorghum. The coolest thing about this spot is how much we can see. I mean, we can just see forever. And typically speaking, there's a lot of deer. You know, down in here after shotgun season, when we hunted the pinch a few days ago, we saw 1 doe, so I'm a little concerned about, where the deer might have moved off to or whatever, but this is the primary or the best food source, I think, down on anywhere on our acreage. So there's a lot of tracks coming and going. The movement pattern I'm hunting is all the deer bedded on the river and all these small trees. And my peninsula over here, they'll come out and feed through this sorghum off to the cut corn. We'll see. We should see some deer tonight. There's a couple deer that could be interesting in here. There's a deer with some short G2s that I had one picture of in the summer, and then I've gotten a couple pictures of him here these last couple weeks. He's coming from across the river. And then I've got a couple big 8s. Chase has his bow as well. If one of the big 8s comes in, I'm going to try to get him on that deer. He'd like to shoot a pooping young deer with his bow, so I'm hoping we can get that done tonight. We'll see how the movement is. We're down to last light here. Pretty fun sit. It's always fun to shoot a deer with a bow. There's obviously a lot of does out here. We need to get, I'd like to kill a few more. This basically was an observation sit. You could see a lot of country. The deer moved not exactly like I thought they would. They're not moving out to the cut corn. They're sort of moving with the river, which is interesting. And they didn't seem to feed very hard in the sorghum. We saw like 15 to 20 does and fawns in one buck group. And it did have that big 8. That's a 5.5-year-old. They were about 250 yards off, and they were the only group that really headed out to the cut corn. All the other deer have just been milling around. They're eating the stems off of some of the young maples and just browsing on native stuff, and then a couple of them have fed in the sorghum. But anyway, cool to get a doe down. We're going to get down, get packed up, and get her out of here. Come up with a plan for tomorrow. Going to try to get back on Tex.